Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I'm coming at you with a wear and tear video on my Chanel Le Boy bag in the old medium size. So I'll just take off my Burberry Bear just so that he's not too distracting and not waving all over the place. But so this is it. I've had this bag for a good 4.5 months, coming up to around there. 4 or 5 months, and this is by far my favorite, one of my actual second favorite Chanel bag. This is a bag that I never thought that I would get in person or actually at all, because my goal was to always get the jumbo flap, but I was able to get it before a price increase happened in early September, and thank God that I got this in like July, August time, because the price of this is way beyond what I paid for this. So what I paid for this, and this is in Canadian dollars, in July, August, for without tax, $4,850. And then with our 13% tax, it just came to be a little bit over 5,000. So, and what these are priced right now is way over what I paid with tax. I believe these are like now 5,300 or something, 5,350 or something like that. So I did, and this is how I kind of look at it when price increases go up. Before price increases go up, I always think that, I know this is kind of silly, but I think that it's kind of like a sale in a way, because these are, the old prices. But anyways, as I digress, so I've had her for 4.5 months about, and I really am in love with how much it has worn. I do see a lot of quite a few marks around the edging, more specifically like in the corners here. This is the front flap. There is some darker marks here in the corners here, and that is from me or someone else bumping into my bag, or simply when I put this on a table. Sometimes I get too lazy and I tend to drag my bag on the table, and then it just creates this kind of like, not screechy sound, but this kind of like, I don't know, it just creates this noise on the table. And when I hear that, I automatically think that my boy is crying because it's being scraped on the bottom here. So this is the back here, and it has a little bit of a white mark there. You can't really tell. It's not that bad. And even on this side here, you do see some scraping there. But on the center edges, there is actually no scraping at all. So I'm glad about that. And on the underside of the bag here, in the back more particular, you do see the little corners kind of folding in a little bit, and I think that is just from the molding of my body when I wear this bag. I don't know, but the leather is really strong on the edging, because it has these three really strong puffy edging here. So this here is to reinforce so that the bag does not become floppy and stuff like that. And the front of the bag, I see absolutely nowhere. Well, maybe because this is a double stitch, there's a lot of threading, so there is a little bit of like lint piling up from the, as you can see, I just pulled that out. You can't see that, but I do have, you can see that, but this here is like small, you can't see it on camera, but it is small little lint, I guess threading or whatever, from the, there you can see it against my hair. It is a small little threading coming undone, but I got used to it, so I just let it, whatever. But I try my best not to pull them out. It is my OCD thing to pull them out because, I don't know, I just think it looks kind of weird, but you don't notice it at all because they're very small and translucent little hairline threading. You actually don't see it, but there's like no scratching on the leather at all. There's no color discoloring or anything. Even the clasp, I have a tendency, because I have like somewhat long nails, I do have a tendency to scratch my hardware a lot even when I'm using it. But because this is ruthenium hardware, it's not fully glossy, shiny finish. It's like kind of like a rustic look to it. And that's what I really like about this hardware in particular. It's very hard wearing. You don't see any scratch marks on here at all. So that's really great. Even when I'm pushing on these little buttons here on the sides, I do tend to scratch, or sometimes my finger will let go and then I'll tend to like scratch onto the hardware like so. But you absolutely don't see any scratches, and if there were to be any scratches on this, it would just add to the look of this hardware here. So just give you like a full close-up of the bag itself here. And now we move on to the top of the handbag. Now, I do find like the chain always loves to rest on top of the handbag, so I try my best not to have them rest on the handbag all the time. I usually pull the little D-ring here and I pull it to its side, and I just let the hardware just hang off the bag like so. And there I usually don't see any marks or anything. But here on the top, there's no marks at all. Maybe some scratching from me because, I don't know, I have my nails, I'm pretty klutzy, so there are some really fine scratches. You can't see it on camera because they're too faint. On the base here, you don't see anything along the quilting, but it's mostly on the sides here. Again, you don't see it very often, but there is a scratch here, kind of like on the back from me scratching it. Yeah, so you can see a little bit of a hairline scratch. That's how bad the scratches look, and you honestly can't really say that. So if you rub your finger on it, it's not that, it kind of goes away a little bit. Not as easily as you can with lambskin, but it does like fade away over time. So the back here, there's nothing really to report. It's basically the same what I've said to the front. No scratches or really anything. The quilting is still pretty puffy. And when I wear this I wear this bag as a crossbody mostly. So, and this does tend to like hit me a lot of the time, but because this is a very soft middle part of the bag, it doesn't feel that like I'm hurting the bag. It doesn't feel, and it's really soft. Like if I were to press on it, there would automatically be an easy give to the weight that I'm putting onto the handbag, and it doesn't. It kind of like it kind of bounces back when I do that. So there's absolutely no indentation on the side, on the back here from me wearing it as a crossbody for when it's against my body. So it has really taken a good beating to the back, and there is not really any color discoloration or anything. Maybe it's gotten a teeny bit darker on the back here, but I can't tell. I really can't tell. It's very faint. You actually can't tell on camera either. But you can see a little bit on camera, but again, this is a bag that I'm going to be keeping forever in my collection. I absolutely love this handbag. And I wear a lot of dark clothes, so, and I don't see any discoloration, and I've actually baby wiped this once or twice, and even the red color does not transfer onto the baby wipe as well, so that's great about that. Now the handles here, so I'll first talk about the chain, and then I'll talk about the leather strap at the top here. So this, I've already said in my videos that this was a very, very light bag, and that mainly goes because of the very light handle chains. Not a lot of people say why it's a light bag, but I feel this especially because I feel that the chains here actually are actually pretty hollow. They're not, it's a very light metal. It's very, you can hear that it's hollow. It's very light. You can hear, you can actually feel that there's no weight inside each little loop here. And I think this was more like handmade because here you can actually see the connection, the connection line here of each hoop here. Because when I use my Chanel Jumbo, you actually don't really see the little connection lines here, because those are more, because that bag's chains are more dense. They're more, I guess they're a better quality chain because they're so heavy and it's much more luxurious than this. But these chains are actually, they actually do help with the weight factor of this handbag. And the top here, the leather chain, or the leather part, I absolutely love this. This is very, very comfortable. However, it does fall off my shoulder majority of the time. When I wear this as a double strap like this, the leather strap always falls off first. The chain always stays on me. So that's why I always wear this as a crossbody, because I know that it's never going to fall off. And you know, I'm not going to worry too much about this this part. But I do notice that the leather part, the chain likes to move a lot. So I do end up having this leather part in the back, like in the very bottom of my back. So I do, on occasion, have to pull this back up and put it on my shoulder. But this here is very, very comfortable compared to the actual chain sometimes, because this can dig into your collarbone, more so, a little bit more, but because they're so light, it will take a long time for you to realize that. And on the leather part, it has these two knobs here, and like you could you know, adjust them, but I choose not to. I actually tried to, and I could not get these out, which is a good thing because I don't want to like screw up or rip any holes or tears or stretch the little holes even more. But this connection part where it connects, where there's two pieces of leather here. You have one piece here that connects to the chain, and then you have one that's connected from the other side of the chain, and that goes over the little knobs. And where the two leather pieces meet, you see that there is this big bulge here. And sometimes I do end up having this on my collarbone, just about like here. And it does dig into my collarbone here sometimes. Mostly when it's summertime, this will dig into my collarbone because that's a pretty big like bump there. It's huge. So I wish that Chanel would just you know, try to even this out, kind of, you know, infuse this into the second leather chain part here. But other than that, I mean, it's a pretty light bag, nothing more to complain about. So when I open this, I'm still trying to get used to opening this handbag, but it's still pretty easier than the jumbo because there's no second flap. So I have kept the blue sticker on here just so it doesn't scratch or anything, just to basically keep safe this part here. So here I have interior. So I just showed in my last video that I have my classic flap mini card holder in here as well, so it fits perfectly in there, like so. And I basically have, so I'll show you. So I have my classic card case wallet there, and then I have my Evasion mini pochette Evasion, and it just has some lady products, cards, and some lipsticks and hand cream in there. And I keep it open so I don't have to pull it out and unzip it. I just leave this unzipped, and I just, you know, use it as like a filing drawer cabinet thing in my handbag. And then next I have my my clay, my Louis Vuitton monogram clay, and I now have quite a few keys in here. So, but it does stay pretty narrow. So it's that, and then I have my Blue Jays coin purse here from Roots. Absolutely love this. This is so adorable. I love the Blue Jays. And yeah, I just keep like coins and stuff in there and stuff like that. So it's that, and then I have Kleenex little tissues here, and then I have my blue and white Tic Tacs, and then in the back pocket I just have this Abercrombie & Fitch 25% off card, and then I have lastly my Chanel double facets compact mirror here, and that's really about it. And as you can see on the flap here on the underside of the flap, I have scratched it a few times. So, but that doesn't really bother me. It's not that noticeable. Nothing too big to worry about. But I love the interior. I love how this year Chanel actually put in like the color of the interior is the classic Chanel maroon that you see in the classic flaps and in other black handbags and card cases. So it is fabric lining. It's more of like a nylon cotton material, as you can see. And right there is my is authenticity sticker, and here it says, it has a little piece here that says Chanel made in Italy, and then that's really about it. I love the interior of this. When I first got it, I thought that I wouldn't love this because because this bag was so much money. I thought it wouldn't be worth it for because the interior is not all leather, but it's actually a good thing it's not leather, so I don't have to worry about, you know, my SLGs or anything I put in it that scratches it or anything. It's really good. I have no complaints. It's really easy to get dirt out. You simply just, you know, shake it, and then basically everything comes out. I believe, yeah, the interior does come out, so you can, you know, force it to come out like so, but I don't do that very often. But it's really easy to put it back in, no hassles or anything. This is a pretty much worry-free handbag. You can't worry about too much. And you know, not every handbag is going to be 100%, you know, flawless. There's always going to be, you know, drawbacks and whatever, but it's really about it. I do on occasion overstuff this handbag, and when I do put stuff up top here. Now, a lot of people said that because you have this much extra space at the top here, you can actually put more stuff in. However, I did do that with a lipstick, and my bag fell forward because I bent forward, and then my lipstick just like slid out of my handbag. So you really do have to be careful what you put up here, or you can make sure that it's tall enough to like come out, but it has to be sitting inside the handbag, or else it will fall out from the sides. So that's one thing. Luckily, it was just lipstick. It wasn't like my wallet or something else like that was a little bit more important. But that's one thing that you do have to be careful when overstuffing this. And same goes with the medium or new medium size, which in Canada they call that the jumbo size now. And also, I thought that when I would overstuff it, the underside would kind of like gape a little, or like kind of sag underneath, but it hasn't really done that so far. What I do is I try my best to kind of equalize the weight on each side of the handbag so that one side isn't drooping or whatever. Or I try not to like really push my items deep down inside my handbag so that I don't, ruin the structure of this handbag. I hope that this video really helped you guys more insight about this bag. Now that I've had this for a few months, I've really gotten to know a lot more about this handbag, know the ins and outs of how to work this handbag, because out of all my handbags, this is like the most different one out of all of them, because usually I have totes or a zip-up bag or whatever, but this is really, really different. So yeah, and the old medium really does fit a lot more than you think. If it's like a cross between a medium large and a jumbo, a lot more smaller, like it fits a lot less than a jumbo, but it fits a lot more than a medium large classic flap. So and you can definitely take this out for shopping trips, probably even vacation, because this is a pretty secure bag because of this toggle here. And you can take it to work, definitely. You can take it out for dinners. It's really a great bag. And because this is red, I use this more as like a casual handbag, not so much a formal handbag, just depends where I'm going. But I really do love this, and it actually really does go well with my plaid shirt that I'm wearing here. So thanks everyone for watching. If you have any more questions about this bag, please leave in the comments below, or actually ask me on Instagram. I can get back to you faster on Instagram than on YouTube here. So, and my Instagram name is Catherine is a cat, all K's, no spaces or underscores. So thanks everyone. Have a great day. Bye bye.